What is going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. This time it's just a brief little intro. Right now I'm on my college campus, just a little humble little campus out on Long Island. Essentially this is this video that I'm doing is about my recap for yesterday's NFL games. Sunday, I think it was week 14. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to be on my laptop, so I'm just recording this nice little intro, So I'm just kind of new location. And yeah, so like I said, I have finals week, so I got a couple tests coming up. This is the only in-person test, though, which, I mean, I wish everyone just did online tests, but unfortunately, my professor's a curmudgeon. And yeah, it's going to be nice. Gonna, graduate soon. And yeah, just gotta get through these last two finals. Kind of just walking, I mean, there's only one cool thing. Like, if you're ever gonna decide to go to Farmingdale State College, which is where I go, there's very few reasons why I'd recommend this college personally. First off, terrible facilities. Granted, it's a cheap college. Like, if you live on Long Island, Farmingdale State College is a nice and cheap college to go to get your degree. And yeah, get your degree. But if you want to have any kind of like cool college experience that's enjoyable, it's gonna have to cost you some money, and Farmingdale's not that place for you. However, there's one kind of cool. I can't even say it's even that cool, honestly. Just like one little thing about this campus is kind of interesting. So I'm about to get to the campus center of my school, right? They have this weird monument. And it's just like the mascot for my school is the Rams, right? So they just decided to make like a steel ram that's just like totally rusted, and they also put a wreath on it to decorate it for Christmas and stuff. So yeah, look at this thing. It's pretty big, pretty big. But yeah, what else I need to get out of the way? Yeah, I need like comments on my videos, comments in general, just like what ideas I should do for like future videos. Even just a simple question like, what is your take on the Miami Dolphins? Then I'll probably do like a brief little reaction or response video to your comment. More interaction the better, because just how the algorithm hits. I mean, people always say like and subscribe, but people don't say comment enough, honestly. At least that proves that you somewhat watched the video, and then YouTube pushes my videos more. So yeah, regardless, it's a win-win situation if you were to just comment on my video. So see ya. Alright, YouTube, I am back from my final. I absolutely smoked it. Easiest final of my life. So today's topic for this video is going to be talking about all the games from this past weekend. I'm also going to include the Thursday game because technically my channel didn't even exist before the Thursday game even happened. And you know what? A couple extra minutes won't kill anyone. Am I right? So first and foremost, we have the Rams versus Raiders game. There's only two words you got to say about this game. Baker Mayfield. And it's so funny how literally 2 days before this Thursday night game, we had a Baker Mayfield get signed by the Rams to start. And, the Raiders are doing what the Raiders do best this season and just choke away leads. I don't know how many leads they had. I could probably look it up, honestly. But, regardless, the Raiders, they just Josh McDaniels. I mean, I would say Josh McDaniels is on the hot seat, but Mark Davis is a broke boy and can't even fire him even if he wanted to anyway. So he's staying for a while. But yeah, Baker Mayfield with that 98 drive to end the game, to basically call game, is just some of the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. And his throws were crisp too. It wasn't even like a little check down pass. Like, he was pushing it down the field because he didn't have much time left. And just looking through all these stats, honestly, I mean, nothing's really popping out at me. I mean, the fact that Baker Mayfield was able to get it done without Cooper Kupp just shows that once Cooper Kupp comes back, Baker Mayfield may be, I mean, I feel like he's mid at best. Like, at his best, he's probably mid. But with Cooper Kupp, man, he could do something. He could be like top 12 quarterback, top 13 maybe at his best. But regardless, though, like, this is very, very reassuring for Rams fans that all they have to do is just plug in Baker Mayfield and they can just pull out a win. I mean, regardless, Rams season's basically over by now unless they win every single game left in their schedule, but I'm pretty sure the season's done at this point. So, all right. So, next game, we got the Jets and Bills. Yeah, I mean, Jets keeping it close. I mean, honestly, the Bills, they're such a great team. They're definitely, without a doubt, head and shoulders above most teams in the league. And, the Jets aren't any slouches. It was a tough game overall. I mean, when you have Mike White as your quarterback doing what he did, he was serviceable, I guess. Like, it did suck that they had to throw in Joe Flacco for a couple plays. I think he fumbled too. I believe he fumbled like one of the couple plays that he was actually in for. Yeah, just not a great sign. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say, honestly. Like, even Josh Allen didn't even have the best game, and it didn't matter. The Bills did Bills things, really. They just shut it down, and even when their offense is firing on cylinders, they could still prove that they could win. Without a doubt. I mean, the Jets are going to be a good team. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like one of the Jets' number one haters. Like, they might actually make the playoffs this season. They're like on that fringe. As long as they keep it together and just not choke away at the end of the season, you will see the Jets in the playoffs this year. Mark it down. Then the next game got the Bengals versus the Browns. What do I have to say about this? I mean, speaking of hater list, definitely Deshaun Watson is definitely on the hate list without a doubt. If there's what's that saying? How does that saying go? If there's a billion Deshaun Watson haters, I am one of them. If there's one Deshaun Watson hater, I am that one hater. If there are no Deshaun Watson haters, I am dead. So yeah, that's how I feel about Deshaun Watson. So glad he's just, so glad the Browns are paying millions of guaranteed dollars just to watch Deshaun Watson put up a shit show and just, I mean, he's all right. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, he's missed 2 years. He's a sexual predator. He's just not a good look to have as as your Browns quarterback. But the Browns just reek of desperateness because they want to be relevant for like the first time in years. I always hear about all this like, oh, the Browns are so good. They have all this talent, blah blah blah, and then every single year is the same. And then the Bengals, the Bengals are showing up. They're doing their thing. Of course, the Bengals started off slow. I thought the Bengals weren't going to really be that good this year at first. But then, the Bengals are showing up. Their defense is shutting people down. Joe Burrow, he's not doing crazy. But, as long as you get a win, that's all that matters. Jamar Chase with 10 catches, almost 120 yards. Like, yeah, Jamar Chase is back. And especially with all the injuries the Bengals are dealing with, like, they need Jamar Chase more than anyone else on that offense. And then, yeah, I mean, the only positive I can say about the Browns is my boy Donovan Peoples-Jones having a fucking day. It's a shame he didn't get a touchdown, but, it is what it is. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think he has a bright future in the game. I mean, he won't be like a all NFL talent or anything, but I think he'll be one of those sneaky, like, we look back on and be like, damn, he had 12 years in the league, and he just, is just good. Like, when they threw the ball to him, he catches it, and he does his thing. He does what a receiver should do. And then on to the next game, we got Cowboys and Texans. Oh, my God. If the Texans pulled out a win against the Cowboys, I would have a half-hour segment on how terrible the Cowboys are and how they should feel bad about themselves. But the Cowboys pulled it out. They did it. That's all that matters, Even when the Texans had the Cowboys on the ropes, and, like, for the most part, the Cowboys were able to pull it out at the end. Dak Prescott showing... And, Dak Prescott, not really having a great game per se, regardless. Just, they did what they had to do at the end of the day. I mean, it's hard to slander teams that win because you could have, like, the worst game in the world, but as long as you pull it out, that's all that matters. You get the W in the record book, you get a better chance at a better playoff spot, and then, it's not about winning pretty, it's just about winning in general, in my opinion. And the Texans, well... They're the surefire number one pick in next year's draft, if they even have their draft pick. Do they even have their draft pick? I'm curious. 2023 NFL draft order. Whoops. Order. So, yeah, Texans have their number one pick. Wow, that's right. Yeah, the Broncos will even have their first round pick next year. We'll get to the Broncos. Don't you worry. But yeah, the Texans, they'll just draft another quarterback and start the process all over again, like most miserable franchises do. And yeah, that's about all I really got to say about this game, honestly. The Vikings and the Lions. Yeah. I mentioned the Vikings before, how they won't be a Super Bowl team, like 10-3. Like, you'd think most 10-3 teams would be a Super Bowl contender at this time of the year, but like, it's just tough. Like, even when Kirk Cousins actually had a good game, the Vikings defense couldn't stop Jared Goff, and Jared Goff is a surprisingly good quarterback. He'll never live down scoring 3 points in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, but when you go 27 for 39, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, like, that's all you can really ask for, really. Oh, wait. Turnovers? Is there a turnover stat? No. Oh, well. I wish it shows turnovers. But regardless, and again, Kirk Cousins, he thrives. He thrives at the 1 o'clock game. If you give him a 1 o'clock game every single week, his team is going 15-2, 14-3 by the end of the season. But alas, that's just not possible. And yeah, Justin Jefferson, again, just being a freak animal. Best wide receiver in the league, hands down. 11 catches, 223 receiving yards. That's just like I look at that stat line and I'm like, it doesn't even surprise me anymore. We go through his game logs for the season, and, like, look at this. This is only his last 5 games. He had 3 out of his last 5 games. He went over 100 receiving yards. And if we just, here's the see all tab. Now we go through all the games. Wow. Yeah, first in receiving, second in catches. Like, just a beast. Like, even when you try to double team him, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10+ catch weeks. Another, like, almost every single week you're targeting him over 10 times. And then receiving yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 100+ receiving yard weeks. Like, that's just Justin Jefferson special, man. Wait until he comes out. Once he gets his next contract, his first real contract, Vikings got to pay a lot of money to keep him. Like, a lot of money. So, yeah, I'll be keeping tabs on Justin Jefferson in the future and where he goes. Because no matter where he goes, he's going to have a Randy Moss type of career. I'm telling you right now. I'll start off as the Vikings. Maybe the second stop won't be so great. Go to the third team and just put up legendary numbers and then just finish his career super long. Like, Justin Jefferson's just that dude. I really do think he's that guy. Before I forget, Penny Sewell getting a catch is probably some of the nastiest work I've ever seen. I get it. Like, offensive lineman catching the ball sick and all, but just like, Penny Sewell got hurt off the one catch he fucking got. That would have just been brutal for the Lions. The Lions have a chance. They definitely got a chance, but we'll see. It's starting to wind up towards the end of the season now, so you never know. The next game is the Jaguars versus the Titans. I don't even want to talk about this game, dude. Like, the Titans just being miserable. Like, they're like, Titans are just one of those teams. Like, the AFC South is so bad that, like, a game like this doesn't even move my meter. Like, yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Like, I love Trevor Lawrence. I've been following this dude since he was in high school. I think he's legit, and he's definitely showing that he is legit when he has help, and he's not just doing everything by himself. But regardless, yeah, the Titans are one of the most fraudulent teams. Like, I love Mike Vrabel. I think he's a great coach. But at the end of the day, it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Austin Hooper, Robert Cheese, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that third guy's name for the Titans. You just need better talent. You just need I don't know. Like, the defense can only hold so much, and when you're giving up nearly 40 points to the Jaguars of all teams, and Evan Ingram's having a day, like, there's just nothing you can do about it. Like, the Titans, sure, they'll win the division again, great. But then they're going to be out by the first round, I'm telling you. They're nothing special. Eagles versus Giants. Yeah, the Eagles are proving again that they're just the best team in the NFL. Putting up almost a 50-burger on the Giants, who have been very respectful this year. I have a lot of respect for the Giants. In past years, I would talk rules amount of shit about the Giants. But, this year they're looking like a good team. They're looking competent. They're looking like they'll make the playoffs. And it's all you can really ask for the Giants, especially how miserable they've been for so long, for the past decade, I should say. They haven't won a Super Bowl in the past 10 years. And then the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is that guy. I think he's going to be MVP. He's definitely an MVP conversation without a doubt, considering that they're the best team in the league. Like, he doesn't have to put up, like, that crazy of stats for the rest of the season. I think he'll still run away with it. But, yeah, it's just, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are such a deadly duo. Even when even one of them doesn't pop off for over 100 receiving yards, they both had just, a humble amount of catches, some yards, and both got a touchdown. Like, how do you cover Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown? Like, it's just going to be very tough to stop the Eagles this year. Then, this is another game. Another just terrible, awful game. Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Ravens, if Lamar Jackson was still playing and he didn't get hurt like he always does, I would be saying that the Ravens are legit. And, they're going to have another good playoff run. But, what's the timetable on Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson injury. So, injury update. Yeah, so, it's not, like, again, it looks like he's just a long shot. Yeah, he was just a long shot for Sunday's games. I guess, he may miss only 2 games. Okay, that's not bad. If he's only missing a couple games, the Ravens will be fine. But having Tyler Huntley and Anthony Brown be your 2 quarterbacks is just... Tyler Huntley, man, like, he's like a dollar store into Lamar Jackson, which isn't a bad thing, but, like, I just don't see it. It's like, if Lamar Jackson gets hurt again, the Ravens are done. They're cooked. J.K. Dobbins finally had a good game for probably the first time all season. I can't think of a single time J.K. Dobbins actually had a good game recently. Let's see. Game log. Oh, wow. He only played 5 games all season. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, J.K. Dobbins, he's just not reliable. He's just... Like, it's just the Ravens. I don't know. The Ravens have always had a stank. Like, even going into the season, they're having really bad running back problems, and now they're finally solved with Dobbins and Edwards, like, being the 2 main guys. But, like, again, if you don't have Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are a cooked product, without doubt. DeMarcus Robinson was their top receiver? Oh, no. DeMarcus Robinson. Wow, I haven't heard this name in such a long time. Jesus, he's still in the league, and he's putting up... he has one good game. He had one good game, I guess. Those other games are alright, but regardless, DeMarcus Robinson. What a name, what a throwback. But yeah, Deshaun Jackson being your second receiver is also nasty, too. Like, I love Deshaun Jackson, don't get me wrong, but he's old. You need to get Mark Andrews the ball more often. If you, you just have no choice. And then, yeah, Najee Harris being the dud that he was this season. Like, a lot of people are expecting Najee Harris to have a great season this year, especially with, the terrible quarterback play that the Steelers are going to have. But, yeah, now teams knew that you have to win with Najee, so they just stopped him. And then receiving, I love Pickens. Johnson's a dog. I love Muth. It's a shame the Steelers didn't win, I guess, but it's their season's done anyway, so whatever. I guess the Ravens got lucky at the end of the day. Oh, the Chiefs and the Broncos. This game was hilarious. At one point in this game, it looked like Hackett was out the door, bags packed, ready to find a new college job in like the MAC or something, because he looked like he was a done finished project. The Chiefs just stomping all over the Broncos in the first half. And then all of a sudden, Russell Wilson remembered how to be a quarterback again. And he actually put up, wow, it's even like, you see Patrick Mahomes with 3 interceptions, and Russell Wilson only had 1 interception, but Mahomes still had a better QBR, which boggles my mind. I mean, I can't even pretend to know what QBR even is, but I know the higher the better. And regardless, like, the Broncos, man. I had such high hopes for the Broncos going into this year. Like, I'm just in genuine disbelief of how terrible they are, especially when, like, you got a decent defense, or at least I thought they had a decent defense going into the year, and then you just went all in with Russell Wilson thinking he's going to be your savior, and then, a stat, like, again, like the first half, you look at the first half, Broncos only started pulling it back in the second quarter, and then even then, it was just like the Broncos even just to come back into the game, the defense had to shut them down, and Russell Wilson proved he couldn't do it. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame he's cooked, but who knows? I mean, Jerry Jeudy with 3. I gotta give Jerry Jeudy his flowers though, because Jerry Jeudy with 3 touchdowns that's great. Like, I remember, again, another thing, going into the season with Jerry Jeudy, he was looking like the outcast on the receiving core. And for him to show up huge this game, to even keep it close, is, great for him. I'm happy for Jeudy. The next game, the Niners versus the Buccaneers, the ultimate smackdown by Brock Purdy. That Purdy boy himself just giving the Buccaneers the beatdown. I get it. I get that was most of the defense. And the Niners are looking like a great team. Like, I do not envy Kyle Shanahan when he has to come up with who's going to be the quarterback for next year. Because the obvious answer would be Trey Lance. But then you got Jim. It looks like it doesn't matter who you put at quarterback, the Niners are going to thrive. Brock Purdy, being the underdog he was coming into this game, to put up serviceable numbers and beat the Buccaneers of all teams and Tom Brady by 28 points. Like, Kyle Shanahan definitely, had a big smile on his face as he went to bed after this game, because, man, Tom Brady, I know he's not the same as he used to be. Granted, he's like 45, 46 years old now. Like, eventually you have to wither away and die. But Tom Brady just has an exceptional mind and a good enough arm to make the throws he has to make. Like, they're not going to – the Buccaneers aren't going to put him in a place where he can't succeed. And even when they do, Tom Brady can just call the plays and do a no-huddle drive down the field and just do what he does best. But regardless, the Buccaneers, they're looking like they're in trouble. They really do. Like, they have the talent where they should be doing better than 7 points. I get it. The 49ers are looking great this year, but, you got Godwin, you got Evans, and, a hobbled Julio Jones, of course. Like, Julio Jones isn't the same as he used to be. But then, and then you got some decent running backs, regardless. Rashad White and Leonard Fournette. Like, there really shouldn't be an excuse why you're not at least keeping it somewhat close against the 49ers. It's just... And Christian McCaffrey, I'm glad he's at Carolina, because there's no chance that Carolina is going to get the full potential out of Christian McCaffrey, because they're just using him way too much. And now he's on a Niners team where there's actual talent around. And McCaffrey can actually take a break occasionally and come out and shine when he has to. It's like, a touchdown on the ground, a touchdown in the air. He's still a versatile, great running back. He just needs some time to just not be hit all the time. And Panthers or Seahawks, another just... This game hurts me especially because I have Geno Smith on my fantasy team, and I needed him and Kenneth Walker to do well. But then Kenneth Walker didn't even play, so I just got shit stomped in my fantasy league, and now my playoff hopes are done. But regardless, Yeah, Geno Smith, I've been rooting for him all season. He's putting up great numbers. He still has been putting up great numbers. I mean, even in this game, 2 interceptions doesn't look too pretty. But, he still threw for 3 touchdowns. He threw for a decent amount of yards. And he still technically did better than friggin' Sam Darnold, who's a heaping pile of trash. And, yeah, it's really not much thoughts on this game, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just like, yeah, I guess. This was definitely an NFL game. This happened. The Panthers upset the Seahawks, and the Seahawks were needing this game at their most to make a playoff run. But them's the breaks, I guess. Them's the breaks. And then lastly, the Dolphins versus the Chargers. Man, I'm a Patriots fan. Even I was rooting for the Dolphins. The Chargers just one of those teams that they have the talented quarterback. They have the talent everywhere on the field, on offense especially. And, they're just somehow still anemic. Granted, the flowers should be given to the Dolphins. Tua didn't have a great game, but, regardless, the defense is still just amazing. They're still doing their thing, getting their sacks, putting pressure on the Chargers, making them, get off rhythm and stuff like that. But, looking at that stat line for Herbert and looking at the score line, you wouldn't think, you wouldn't expect it to be as close as it was. But, regardless, yeah, that is the end of my wrap-up for this week. However, we can do a little bit of forecasting for next week also. I think I want to do a preview, but, just to see what's going on with the upcoming games. I mean, yeah, tonight we got the Patriots versus the Cardinals, which I'm excited for, of course. Excited as you can be as a Patriot fan this year. They haven't been looking good. And as I've said, they're probably going to be out of playoff contention. This is a must-win game for the Patriots, if anything. And then going into next week, you got some interesting games. That 49ers Seahawks game is going to be fireworks. Then you got this. They're bringing the Saturday games now. I got 3 games on Saturday. And then, yeah, a good full slate on Sunday, and then following up with the Rams and the Packers. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. They're finally in that playoff rush, and, we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate whatever support you can give me. Obviously, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Comments are what are needed the most because it helps me fuel my creativity for future uploads. And who knows, maybe I'll, like I said, maybe a comment will inspire me to make a video and I'll give you credit in the video. It's a little shout out. You never know. But anyways, thanks for watching.